Hey everyone, for today's full body tone, grab onto some light weights and we're starting at the back of your mat. Go ahead and reach the arms all the way up. Feel a nice stretch, arch to the back and then lower down to the mat. Walk all the way out to a high plank. We're not stopping there, walk a little bit farther, feel that core engage, and then slowly walk the hands back. Bend the knees, roll up again, reach the arms up, stretch, lower down. Walking all the way out. Now you can have your legs straight here, or they could be slightly bent. But challenge yourself to walk those hands all the way out in that high plank to really feel your entire core lift and engage. Nice. Using that breath right at the start of class. Just warming everything up. Full body today. If you have those light weights, they are right by your mat. We'll get to them in a little bit. If you don't have light weights, we make it work with water bottles, wine bottles, whatever you got. Using that breath, take a nice deep stretch as you stand. Maybe pause for a sec as you reach your lowest high plank, all the way out, getting a little farther and farther each time. Good, let's all meet in this high plank right here. Wrists are directly underneath your shoulders. Now left knee comes to your same elbow. Drop the knee down in front of you, open it back up, and then place it back. Let's switch. Right knee opens up for a spider climber. Drop the knee down. Open back up, engage those obliques, place it back. So switching sides, alternating. Spider climber, drop the knee, open back out, place. Picking up the pace as we switch from side to side. Arms are slightly bent here, hips are slightly tucked. Good, stay nice and controlled. Back stays strong, core stays strong. Feeling those obliques engage as you have turn out with the knee with that spider climber, and then center core takes over as you drop that knee. Good, hold this high plank still. And drop back to a child's pose. Shake out those wrists, catch your breath. Nice work. All right, grab onto those weights of choice. We're gonna flip onto our back for a little bit more core. Feet are hip width apart here. You're laying down on your back. Soften your low back into the mat. Raise those arms up overhead and then flip those palms down. Reach out on a high diagonal and lift and crunch. Add a high row each time you lower down. Elbows bend and tap the mat, extend. So when you reach and crunch, arms reach forward on a diagonal, reaching for your knees. Come back center, high row. Good, navel into spine. Chin away from your chest. Anytime this becomes too much with the weights, you could always place them down and do the movements without the weights. Nice, feel that center core fire up even more. Now hold this crunch up, arms into your chest. We're switching from side to side here. So punch opposite knee with your opposite hand with those weights if you got it. Try your best to lift your opposite shoulder up as you crunch from side to side. Exhale each time you lift. Inhale, lengthen back through center. Good, picking up the pace a little bit faster. Nice, you got it. Hold it center, hold the crunch, palms flip down, extend all the way up to ceiling. Now flip the palms in, one glute bridge. Lower, flip the palms down, one crunch. So a little bit of shoulder work, working the rotator cuff as we rotate those wrists. Wrists turn in as you give me one glute bridge. Wrists turn down as you give me one crunch. Nice, digging through those heels as you lift those hips up. Using that breath. You got it. Slow and steady. Hold this glute bridge up, palms flip in, melt the ribs. Bring the hands together, extend overhead. We're going for skull crushers here in that glute bridge. Bend the elbows, extend back up. Triceps on fire here, nice and slow and controlled. Knees drive forward. Squeeze those glutes, squeeze those triceps. Slow and steady. Both arms moving at the same time. You got it. Hold the arms up. Separate the hands. Lift those hips up a little bit higher. Squeeze. Slowly lower down. Good. Extend those legs out in front of you. Flex the feet. They're hip width apart. Knot the chin to your chest. Roll all the way up to a seated position. Stay rounded in a C curve. Up and over those legs and then round all the way back, lower down. So no momentum here for these roll-ups. They're weighted, so they're even harder than just full body weight. Again, if it's too much, place the weights down. Try not to swing those arms though. And if it's too much to keep the legs straight, you can always bend them. Try not to have a straight spine. You want to try to stay in that C curve the entire time. Nod your chin to chest. Roll all the way up. Lengthen over those hammies. And then right away, like someone has a string on your upper, middle, lower back, all the way back down. Good. Try to hit each vertebra as you roll back down to that mat. And as you peel back up, slow and steady. Good. Last one here, rolling all the way up and over. Come up to a seated position, lengthen the spine, and then contract, roll halfway down. We're just pulsing here. Hips are slightly tucked. Arms are in a high diag. Feet are flexed, chin away from your chest. Challenge yourself to get a little bit farther and farther back. Again, if it's too much with the legs straight, bend the knees slightly. Good. Bend the elbows in, open and close for newspaper arms here. If this is bothering your hip flexors in any way, bend the knees and drop the knees slightly out to the side. Good. Hips are slightly tucked. You're slightly leaned back. Engage that upper back. Nice. Hold the arms out center. And then slow and controlled roll right back down. Good. You might have to adjust yourself on the mat here with those roll-ups. Tuck into a small ball with those weights and then full extension crunch here. Extend those arms and legs away from your midline. Exhale, lift and crunch. Lift the head and then drop the head, neck, and shoulders as you extend. Keep the legs and arms hovering. Good. Keep that low back as best as you can on that mat. Ribs tight, core tight. Glue those inner thighs together. Good. Try to coordinate the upper and the lower body. Now hold this hollow body hold. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. Everything's hovering. Now lower and lift the legs an inch. Lower and lift. Try not to move anything but the legs. Low abs working like crazy here. Lift up 1 more inch in that upper body. Nice. Palms swivel up to the sky. Don't lift your low back off the mat. And slowly hug those knees in. Great work. Place those weights off to the side. And we're rolling over onto our left side. Left forearm down. We have a right leg side leg extension. Bend the knees. Now extend and stretch that right leg for your side leg extension. Feet are parallel. Lift the right leg up and then lower. Good. Here we go. Lift. Bend the knee in. Extend and then lift a little higher. So 1 bend, 1 lift. Try to keep your right leg at hip height, and then it moves up a little higher as you take that extra pulse and squeeze. If it's too much on your forearm, you can always lay all the way down on that left side. Keep your core nice and engaged. Your upper body and head kind of just relaxes here. Good. Squeezing that outer glute, that outer thigh. Try your best to stay nice and parallel here. Don't let that knee drop. Now we're just bending in and out. Here we go. Bend in, extend. like you're pushing that wall away each time you press. Foot stays nice and flexed, shoulders down. Good, parallel hip. Last one here, hold the extension, lift up 1 more inch, hold and squeeze. And shake it out, tap that right leg out. Good, lay all the way down on your stomach. Now palm over palm, feet are hip width apart, place them on your forehead. Good, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, exhale, slowly lift your head, neck, and shoulders all the way up, arch the back, lower. And then lift your legs up by squeezing the glutes. So 1 lift of the upper body, lower down, 1 lift of the lower body. You shouldn't feel this in your low back, lifting and scooping up and out, and then really making sure we're squeezing those glutes to lift those legs up a few inches. Good, feet can be hip width apart or a little wider. If you want more inner thigh, you can glue those legs together. So try to maintain a lot of length here, even though we're lifting up. Really feel that swoop up and out rather than just a crunch. Elbows out to the side. Good, now hold it up here, squeeze the glutes. Lift both the upper and lower body, hold. Stretch those arms out in front of you, focus down, chin away from your chest. Good, squeeze those glutes. And now let's go for a swim. Paddling those arms and legs as fast as you can. Good, finding length here. Squeeze, 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 start to move a little bit faster. Good, don't hold that breath in. Swimming as fast as you can, firing up that back body. Here we go, hold it still. And then slow and controlled lower down. Ooh, let's reverse that, child's pose. Give your back a nice rest. All right. Flipping over to the other side for your left side leg extension. On your right forearm, on your side, and then stretch your left leg. We're going right into it. Quick transitions here. Flex that foot, lift the left leg. It's parallel, lower down. All right, here we go. 1 lift, back to hip height. 1 bend, knee into chest. Extend. Lift, lower, bend it in, extend. So again, whatever you did on the other side, if it's too much on your forearm, you could always lay it all the way down on your side. Really whatever feels good to you here. Try your best to keep that core engaged. And press those shoulders down and away from your ears. So thinking of getting longer as you stretch and push that leg away, lift. Here we go, just bending in and out. Bend it in, press it out. Feel that entire left leg fire up. You got it, fight for it. Use that breath in, extend. Shoulders down, core tight. Good, hold it out here nice and long. Lift up 1 more inch, hold, hold, hold. Squeeze that outer glute. And tap it out. All right, finishing with a little upper body. Grab back onto those light weights. We're on our knees for kneeling arms. Serve the platter. Bend those elbows into your rib cage, palms look up to the sky, shoulders down. Now elbows glue into your rib cage, extend and serve that tray right in front of you, and then draw the tray right back in. Extend it out, bend it in. Out for 2, bending in for 2. Nice. If it's too much right in front of you, you can always come out to a little wide V, a little bit wider than your shoulders. Good, core stays strong, chin away from your chest. Try not to over swing those elbows back, just right back into your rib cage. Arms are slightly bent. If it's too much up on your knees, you could always sit down on those heels. Good, breathe it out. Triceps, biceps, shoulders, chest, all working here. You got it. Hold those arms out in front of you, nice and long. Breathe, we're pulsing. Lift and lift. Arms are slightly bent, core tight. Good, squeeze those glutes. Try to have a nice proud chest. I know it burns. Keep it pulsing and lifting. Try not to move anything but the arms. Now we open to the side, open and close. Elbows are slightly bent. Don't let those arms over swing too far back so you're arching the back. They go directly to the side, back in. Good. Hold them out to the side. We're pulsing out to the side. Here we go, pulse and pulse. Elbows slightly bent. You know the deal, core tight, chest proud. Chin away from your chest, shoulders away from your ears. Pulse it out, stick with it. Flip those palms down and continue the pulse with those shoulder raises. This is how we finish class. If you don't have weights, it's a flappy bird. Move even faster. Press those shoulders down. Engage your back, engage your core. Feel them fire up. Good, almost there. You got it. Hold it out to the side right here. Hold and then slowly lower down. Nice work. Roll those shoulders out. Place those weights down and let's stretch those arms. Swing one arm across your chest. Give it a nice stretch. Great work today. Lifting up and over, stretching out your tricep, that same arm. Just breathing as we stretch. If you have to go, I totally understand, but if you'd like to stay and stretch, go ahead and swing the other arm across your chest. Good. Making sure we're breathing as we're cooling down, and then swing it up and over behind your head. Give that tricep a nice stretch. All right. Let's flip over to a down dog position. Press those heels down and then just paddle the feet. Breathing in this down dog. Heels pressed down. And then swing your left leg up, three-legged dog. Swing it forward. Find a nice low lunge. Drop that back knee and just breathe here into this lunge. Make sure that left knee's directly over your ankle. Think about dropping that right hip down to the mat. Good, now find a little bit of turnout with that left leg. Turn your toes and knees out and then drop down to your forearms if you can. Or crawl those fingers all the way up in front of you. Thinking about getting deeper and deeper into the mat as you drop your right side down. Good, come on up, parallel that left foot, tuck the back toes underneath and walk in a couple inches. Pyramid stretch up and over that left hamstring. Make sure those hips are square. So pull that left hip back, pull that right hip slightly forward. Drop your forehead down towards your big toe. Think about lengthening your spine here. Good, step back to a down dog and let's switch sides. Swing your right leg up to a three-legged dog. And then swing it forward, find a nice low lunge, drop the back knee. Both legs are parallel here to start. Just breathe it out in this lunge. All right, find turnout with that right leg. Turn the toes and knees out. If you want it a little bit deeper, drop down to your forearms or crawl those fingers all the way out in front. Dropping that left side closer to the mat. Good, come on up, parallel the right leg, tuck the back toes and then scoot in a couple inches for your pyramids. Stretch both legs, reach those arms in front, square off the hips, pull that right hip back, left hip slightly forward, forehead to big toe. Both legs are parallel here. All right, walk those hands to the middle. Both legs again are parallel and then clasp your hands behind your back. Just just give those shoulders a nice stretch. You can bend your knees slightly if that feels good. Swing from side to side, just kind of hang here. Release those arms. Bend the knees slightly. Slowly roll all the way up to standing. Awesome work, you guys. Take a deep breath. I'll see you again next week.